Bangaranga, Bangaranga, and the Bangaranga. We
Bangaranga.
have a new Eurovision winner, and that's
Woo!
Bulgaria with Dara and Bangaranga, Bangaranga. Congratulations to the winner.
Yeah, I think we were so happy, uh, which is probably surprising considering how our situation with Bangaranga has evolved over time.
Yeah.
But I can guarantee we loved it in Vienna. We loved it.
Which I
So,
was I was rewatching the our perceptions or visions from the rehearsal of the second semifinal, and we said that we loved the staging and it was so good. So we never said anything bad apart from when it came out.
we never said it again except from where we said it. Yeah, I think we were talking about a few weeks ago when we went to the pre-parties, especially the London one, and 3 in the morning, you're tired, but you're dancing because you think, well, let's grab those last few moments before we go home. And we were dancing to Bangaranga, and we said, this is actually a banger. So
It's a banger, banger,
it's a
banger, banger.
Bangaranga. So yeah, I think, fair play. Well done to Dara. And I think we were very, very happy when it happened on Saturday.
Everyone was so happy if you see all the reaction videos online. We have one on our profile, but there's loads about there. And I don't know how to describe it because you cannot really feel it until you're there in the moment, surrounded with all the people feeling the same as you. And the relief, I couldn't even breathe.
Yeah, I think we had a similar situation to last year, although um, we sort of knew that the points that were left to give were probably higher. I mean, they were definitely higher, but we sort of knew in a way, so it was less of a wait for us to know the winner. But it was
Mm.
still like I think even then you think maybe I've calculated wrongly, maybe I'm not doing the right thing in my head, and this is going to be wrong. So yeah, it's still you still get stressed looking at the screen and seeing that the count go up.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah,
Maria was prepared.
I
She
was
did a
prepared this year.
spreadsheet.
Yes, I
She
didn't want to wait. We did say, depending on what it's looking like, the split screen and so on, we will be looking at the points towards the end, or we won't. Because of the situation, we did look at the points. But
Mm.
the worry is maybe you input the wrong numbers on your file and the calculations are all wrong, and maybe I mistook something. So yeah, I think unless you are very cool minded, maybe if you're at home, it's easier as well to do this, because you can pay more attention and you can replay at some point. We couldn't do that. So yeah, I think at some point you even said, "Oh, you got it wrong," and I said, "Yeah, I got it wrong, but not by 100 points. I got it
No,
wrong by
because there were
20, maybe."
there were so many points left to be awarded
Yes.
that there was I was a respect. I was looking at some stats earlier, and this is actually the first time that we get like this big difference between the first and the second position ever,
Yeah, I actually have the
I
file
think.
somewhere, and I didn't input the number of points that Bulgaria got. So
Hmm.
we can still see how many were left, so I can still see if I got it wrong or not. I mean, I can see if I got it wrong at any point. But yeah, just to be clear, I had an Excel file, and there were calculations, and obviously there is a certain amount of points that can be given. So the way it works, and I think it's I'm going to explain it because I think it's quite confusing with the public vote, because you just see the total per country, but every country still awards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, and 12. And then, so you've got 35 countries that are voting plus the rest of the world. So you have to multiply the sum of the 1 to 8 and then 10 and 12 36 times. I think the total amount of votes was about 2,800. So every time a country gets a certain amount, you put it on the file that I had, and you just subtract from the total with a formula. So that's how I was doing it. So yeah, I think the confusion was that we got to two countries or one country left to give, and I think there were quite a lot of points to be given, and it sort of
Like
didn't make
400,
sense.
400 something. Yeah.
I think no, I think we had 400 when we got to Australia,
Yeah.
and I said then it's going to be either Australia or Belgium. Sorry, Belgium, Bulgaria. I don't know why I'm saying
Bulgaria.
Belgium, Bulgaria.
Starts with a
And
B.
the reason for that is that even if we had divided and we had done an equal distribution of 400 points, both of them would have gone above Israel. But obviously, that meant as well if one of them didn't score as high, and that's what happened with Australia, which was only 100 and something points, the other one takes the rest. And that was what, in my mind, was wild. When you said, I think you got it wrong somewhere. I sort of knew that I hadn't paid enough attention in one of the countries because everyone got excited or shocked or something. Um, but I knew because of the points they had before and the points that they had been awarded, the difference could be, like I say, maybe 20 points. So that's why I was
Hmm.
like, I didn't get it wrong by 100 points. I know that. So yeah, I was 100% sure that it was Bulgaria, and it was. So, you know, Excel skills are good at times, not just for work. They can help you avoid stress at Eurovision.
Heart attack. Well, we were going through a heart attack in a way, but the last 5 minutes, yeah. Um, and I think it was during Romania that we didn't really hear the points correctly because it was like such a shock that they got 250 points, and I mean because they deserve it. I mean, amazing performance, amazing song, but I wasn't really expecting that much, like so many points from the public.
Yeah, I think it was also obviously it tends to happen a lot as well that the lower part of the table for the jury also tends to get quite low public votes.
Mm.
So you usually start the public vote with low points. So I think the first one that was shocking was very happily Moldova. We were very happy for Satoshi. Um,
Yay!
Very deserving, and I also am very glad that the public got it. Um, I always thought that the juries might not be that much on board, but I think he got the love of everyone in the room. They got it because I think the three of them and the whole team did an amazing job.
Yes.
Aliona was incredible on the stage with that massive dress, and Lana was dancing, so it was all amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's always tricky with the jury. So I was very happy that the public got it.
Yeah. Thanks for the public. But yeah, I'm looking at the data now, and Moldova got only 43 points from the jury. Jury locking, what are you doing? But 183 by the public.
Yeah,
It's the fourth country with most public votes in Eurovision 2026. And the thing about Bulgaria as well is that they won, having winning both the public and the jury vote, and this is the first time that happened since 2017. So that's a big achievement for everyone who might have some doubts about why Bulgaria won. I mean, this is a right winner, both public and and jury votes.
yeah, and she also got the highest difference in votes um, in forever, basically. Like
Mm.
this was a record.
Bulgaria is also a returning country this year. They haven't participated for 3, 4 years. First Balkan winner since 2007. First girl pop song since 2005, and first new country to win since 2017. So it's a record-breaking performance, winning, and I'm really really happy I have to say that we got it wrong again. We are the press. We have all these polls. We go around the room asking who is going to win Eurovision after every rehearsal. We got it wrong last year, and it was easier to get, I think. And this year, no one said Bulgaria in the room when we asked, or when
Yeah,
other media asked. No one.
no, but when so it's a there's a difference between when we were asking who do you think will win and who do you like, because I think you
Hmm.
did hear a lot of Bulgaria. We got it wrong, I think, in so many ways, because I also don't remember anything particularly good from my side about Romania. And honestly, I love Romania now. I think the song was amazing. I think the staging was so good. One thing I have to say as well is I've seen a couple of videos over the last 24 hours about some conspiracy theories about why the Balkan, or not the Balkan, the returning countries from Eastern Europe, um, uh, potentially got it so, they got such good positions. Honestly, if you follow them, um, I mean, either for the whole time with Moldova, or in the case, I think, of Bulgaria and Romania, genuinely, I think the last week changed so many minds, including mine, and I think including yours. I personally, I don't think there's any conspiracy thing here, conspiracy here. I think it's just genuinely they did so well. Um, and I don't think there was anyone in the room disappointed about it.
No, no, not a single person.
No. I mean, well, maybe some people, but
Yeah.
I can't say genuinely. I think I saw people from, like fans from Australia, fans from Finland, very very happy about Dara.
Hmm.
So even
Yeah.
them, they could understand it.
And the thing with Romania as well is that you were never really into the song. And I remember when we were doing the odds of our odds prediction, who's going to qualify, who's not. You said that they wouldn't. Well, to be honest, we both said that Bulgaria was not going through
Absolute
until we
Bangaranga, yeah.
absolute bangaranga.
You couldn't make it up.
No, until we went into the rehearsal. Because that staging is everything.
Yes.
And the way they did it, it's everything. My perception of the studio version of the song changed completely when I went into the arena and saw what they had prepared. With Romania, it was probably the same for you or for so many people, but there was a lot of hype as well for Romania. There was a lot of fans, a lot of people waving the Romanian flag. There's no conspiracy theories, guys. And also, well, I'm leaving Moldova out of the question because Moldova is something else. That performance was one of the fan favorites from the very beginning,
Yeah.
like from the get-go.
And
When
yeah, like you said as well, when we first saw the rehearsal, it was amazing how people reacted in the arena.
yes.
There was like, we filled the arena. It felt like it was a full arena, and we're talking about maybe just a couple of hundred people from the media, in a space that would be able to fit about 10,000 people, and we were so loud it felt like the arena was full. That's how wild it was.
Yeah.
But
So,
I think the realities, from the initial review that we did when the songs came out, to seeing the songs actually, when we saw the rehearsals for both semifinals, we didn't really get it that wrong. I think we got maybe one on each side that didn't qualify,
hmm.
but other than that, I think we were quite clear on what was going to happen, and we got it very right. So yeah, I think what it teaches us is we are going to spend 3 4 months commenting songs that then we will completely change our minds in the end. So you know,
Yeah,
lesson
it's
learned
it's
again.
lesson learned. Well, let's see. Next year we we will be doing the same.
Yeah, we, humans are the only animal that steps twice on on the same rock.
But
We
that's
will
what we
probably
have
get
to
that.
do. Commenting on the songs and then go back and say, oh my God, that rehearsal was everything, or that staging was everything. So
I think what we try to do anyway, in some ways, a normal timeline as well of how you tend to react when you first listen to the song, you hear it, you give an opinion, then you hear it 20 times, you probably change a little bit your mind. You also don't know, by the time we do the prediction, we haven't really seen what it's going to look like on stage. So I might say, oh, I like the song, but I don't think it's going to work well in the arena. Then they do something that blows your mind. And you're like, this is going to be top three in the arena. So
yeah.
it's, we do get it wrong, but at the same time, I think we're trying to be honest as well with how we feel at every point of this timeline that we are going through.
We heard Dara saying, like in one of the interviews in the press conference just before the final, everyone was expecting this to be a very girly, sexy dance staging, and we did something else. We did something more creative. And how that did that work? It was amazing, and they did the right thing. And I agree. I was expecting something more like Cyprus vibe in terms of visual and aesthetics of it. And I'm so glad they did the other way and they went separate ways.
Exactly. I think that's it. I think if you go back to the very beginning, we probably said something like, "Oh, this is dance break, no identity of the country. It could come from anywhere." Then you sort of start hearing the story. You listen to the song properly. Actually, I think it gives you a little bit of an Eastern vibe as well. But then, yeah, like you say, there's no like the dance break is nothing that you've seen before. It's a completely different one. And I also have to say, while we were quite hyped initially with Cyprus and we said it was very good and so on, I have to say, in terms of the vocals, very, very different to see or to listen to Antigone on stage and then to listen to Dara. I have to say, I think Dara was really on point most of the time.
Mm.
Even if she had gone off key at some point, I think it almost worked because it was chaos. And I think it didn't work so much with Yala. So
Yeah, no, go girl, go for it. Amazing, but I can't. You know what? As well, we were when we were celebrating in the press center, we didn't really pay attention to the winner's performance before getting the trophy. But I've watched to it like probably 5 times already, and it's it's the best winner's performance ever in the history of Eurovision, in my opinion. I really like as well the fact that they connected the green room to the stage, so she starts the performance from the green room, but it's kind of improvised, and they just take the chairs from one of the tables and start dancing to it, and on their way to the stage they keep dancing, but in a very casual way that's not being rehearsed. And they still deliver the full performance.
yeah.
That was amazing. That's amazing to watch. That's all unbelievable.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I haven't watched the whole thing, but I've watched videos of them bringing chairs that were not supposed to be there. And like you say, I think it's a very cool thing that they connected the green room. We had sort of seen it in the rehearsals. So I think in the rehearsals we had a win for Italy and a win for Cyprus, which, by the
Mm.
way, the Cyprus win, the girl that was receiving the points and playing Antigone's role had a Bangaranga t-shirt, which was
It
really
was in
funny,
our
and we never
faces.
really thought that was going to happen. We did say the t-shirt's really cool, and we won one
Yeah.
at that point, and someone else was looking for one as well.
We're trying by the way, Dara's team, we're trying to buy the t-shirts, but you only ship to Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
Please. Yeah.
We
No,
we are
outside.
we are happy to buy them. You
We
have to
pay
go
shipping.
to the rest of Europe, if not the rest of the world. I'm sure in Australia she's got fans as well.
Yeah, oh no, yeah, for
We
sure.
we know
So
that.
we need your merch elsewhere as well.
Yeah,
Please. Lock in.
yeah.
So yeah, also looking at other points, there are some surprises. So Italy got more points in the public than in the jury, which
Which
is surprising for Italy.
yeah, for me, it's surprising. I think Italy is one of those performances that actually I did not change my mind that much. I think it was good, but I never loved it. I think it felt a little bit old-fashioned, and it was very surprising for me when they started getting quite a few points, especially at the beginning. Um, so yeah.
Also, Denmark got 78 from the public and 165 from the jury. That's a lot of difference.
Shocking. Because
Shocking. I was expecting more for the public,
I thought that would be a public favorite actually.
right?
Hmm.
That other that are not surprising. For instance, Greece got a lot more from the public, got double the points for the public. We were expecting that. France, so a lot of points from the juries. We were expecting that, 144, but only 14 from the public.
Yeah, I think that's shocking. I never loved the song, but I think she sang it really well. So I was expecting more.
Yeah.
Also from countries like Belgium, for example, I would have expected, or
Hmm.
Luxembourg, I would have expected quite a high like a high distribution of points there. Clearly, she didn't get it because, or she got it from them. I haven't gone to check the full distribution, but maybe she got it from them and no one else. But I would be really surprised.
Same situation with Poland. Poland got 133 from the juries, but only 17 from the public.
Amazing voice. I think the song was a little bit underwhelming. I
Hmm.
loved it. I loved her. I think she's a queen. She's a queen.
She's a
But
queen.
she's a queen. But and the voice is incredible. And every time we saw it, we were won by that voice. I think
Hmm.
it's just the I don't know. I think the song as well, the position where it came, it didn't help it. I think somewhere else it would have worked a lot better.
Yeah. I didn't predict the winner this year, but I predicted exactly Poland's position in the scoreboard. For some reason, I was interviewed by Polish media and I said that they will end up 12th or 13th. And she ended up 12th.
Middle of the table. Hmm.
I can't predict who's going to be 12th position, but never the winner.
Another thing that I think for me was quite interesting was when we were watching the jury vote, and we started watching it, and we both were surprised that so many different countries were getting the 12 points.
Yeah.
I think we sort of saw like the first 10 or something like that were all different. Maybe one repeated, but I did feel like all of them were different. I mean, we got Malta getting 12 points.
Malta got a lot of them.
Yeah. And then they didn't do very well with the public. Which I
8.
actually think is surprising because I don't think we sort of liked Malta better at the beginning than we did later on. Then I
Hmm.
watched it live, and I actually thought it was a beautiful performance, and I did like it a lot. And I mentioned to someone that it had been one of my favorites of the night. Um, so I'm surprised I didn't play that well with the public, to be honest.
Yeah,
And
I don't know. I wasn't expecting that many 12 points from the juries,
yeah,
actually.
yeah, but I think visually it worked very well on TV, and it wasn't bad in the arena, which sometimes you don't get. If you get it done definitely for TV, then it doesn't work that well in the arena. So, but it worked in both places.
Yeah, it worked in this case. Then Norway got a lot of points from the jury, 115, and then only 19 from the public. And I was thinking it was going to be the other way around actually, because it's
Yeah,
this kind of song that is very easy to listen to, instantly good, and also for all the publics, people who like rock, who are more like pop vibe, people who don't usually watch Eurovision and just watch it on the day. But yeah, no. And then Czechia got 104 points from the juries and only 9 from the public. Only 9.
Czechia was hard done. Czechia, I mean, we saw it on TV. We were a bit shocked by what was happening. An issue with the screen, and then well, not with the screen. I mean, they did say it was
Camera
with the
problem.
camera, but I think it was a problem with the broadcast from the arena into live TV because I think there were more than one camera and it was all broken.
Yeah.
They did a claim, and the EBU said that it was a minor issue. Um, I don't think it was minor. I think it actually affected quite a lot of the performance. His
Yeah.
voice was still okay. I always said as well, though, it was probably one that was maybe a bit easier to forget.
Hmm.
But I did, I did vote for him actually, just because I thought he deserved it, and he didn't deserve what had happened.
Yeah. We see the thing is that we see this happening year after year, all these malfunctions. We never saw anything during the rehearsals, during the jury show, during the afternoon show. There was no problems with anything. Last year, the same happened with Switzerland, but during the first semi-final, even though they were going to go through, it was a host country. And 2 years ago with Austria and Kalin during the final. So there's always something happening during the live performance. So I know that these things happen and it's impossible to avoid, but in some cases you just need to grant the country to repeat the performance or at least maybe broadcast the performance from one of the
From one of
semifinals
the
where there
semifinals.
was no problems.
Yes. No, I thought they would do that. I mean, clearly he didn't have a problem on stage. It's not like he got a streak or anything like that. They could have just said, okay, it was an issue. It was a technical issue. He doesn't have to do it again. We got a good recording of this. Let's just throw it there. And they didn't, and I thought it was quite disappointing, frankly.
Yeah. Uh, Another country, Sweden. I haven't seen Sweden solo in the scoreboard for so many years now.
And I don't understand why. I, I mean, it's not Loreen, but it was a good performance, and it was a good song, and I
Hmm.
think it got everyone vibing. I don't get it. I mean, maybe it wouldn't have been a top 10, but I would have expected it to be not far below that. It was very shocking.
Maybe it's the fact that we experience that song in the arena, and when you're in the arena with all the lasers and the song, like mid-song, when it's just the music, it's such a strong vibe. Maybe people at home didn't get that, or even the juries, because she received from the juries 35 points and from people at home 16.
But the funny thing about it is that I actually thought it worked better on TV.
Oh,
Because in the
really?
arena, you did have the lasers, and that was quite spectacular. But actually, I thought it was a little bit darker on stage. You couldn't see it that well. And I think on
Hmm.
TV, I suppose it was the exposure of the cameras or something, but it actually worked. It was visually a little bit more impactful. Um,
Hmm.
so I personally thought it was better on TV. But yeah, I mean, you never know. This is all about musical taste, I guess. So.
Yeah. Another country that was robbed, and I have to say this, is Lithuania. Lithuania got 10 points from the juries and 12 from the public. And I get it. I've been saying this is the kind of song that you either love it or hate it because it's so different and it's very artistic. But I don't think Leon deserved that
No.
position and the points.
I so if we go back to when we did the predictions for the qualifiers, I actually said it wouldn't qualify, and I said not
Yeah.
because I don't like the song, but because I think it might not do that well with the public. I did change my mind, and in my scoreboard, I actually said no. I am. I think I ended up. I had said that it was Portugal qualifying, Lithuania wouldn't. Then before we even traveled to Vienna, I had changed my mind, and I did say
Hmm.
Portugal are not qualifying. Lithuania is. I actually thought on the arena it was a very artistic performance. I did like the song. I never said I didn't like the song. So um, I think the only problem with it is people might need the time to appreciate it. I think we got the
Okay.
time to appreciate it. Many people on that are watching this for the first time and so on might just say this is confusing and this is strange. Not everyone is going to like the full face paint. So that might be the issue.
Yeah. And then we have a few 0 points from the public. No one got 0 points overall because the UK got 1 point from the juries and zero from the public. And then Germany got zero from the public, and Belgium got zero from the public as well.
Which always surprises me again because these countries have gone through the semi-final, so they did get points at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe not from the public, but I would be surprised that they got so many points from the jury that they would have gone through even without points from the public.
Yeah, but you see, when you see the whole act of the grand final, we have more countries, so people are going to be distributing the countries differently.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, it's always sad when they get 0 points, even though this year it was really well explained by the host that this doesn't mean that you never got anyone voted for you, but you didn't go into the top 10 of the countries delivering the points.
Exactly.
I'm looking at my scoreboard now and see where I place Bulgaria because I changed it during Eurovision week.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look at it because I forgot to change it. By the way, the scoreboard app sometimes just doesn't work properly. It wasn't saving stuff, and I said I don't have the time for this.
I got Bulgaria in my top 10. I awarded Dara 3 points.
That's good.
So I changed my mind.
I think I did move up Romania to like the top 5 or something. So that shows how much your mind can change throughout this. Let's remember that it's basically like 7 or 8 months of doing this. So, your mind changes a lot over this time. It's like when you hate people and then you fall in love with them.
From haters to lovers.
So.
But yeah, that's a little bit of debrief of Eurovision. We'll see if we go to Sofia or some other city if they decide to do a bidding of the host city. But we'll be back. We'll be commenting. We're gonna be crying until May next year. No, not until May. Until the next season starts. No, well, big depression is coming after already kicking in. But we'll be here to cover for you and to help each other to go through it.
And we will be sharing on our media definitely some of the videos and content that we've made that you might not have
loads of content to be uploaded. So go to Instagram, guys, and we are more active. There's gonna be stuff on TikTok as well, but definitely go to Instagram. Loads of new videos are up.
So that's it. That's Vienna then.
See you, Bulgaria.
See you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Remember, you can subscribe to Apple Podcast, Spotify, leave a 5-star review, and check out our Instagram account.